Once upon a time, in a quiet little American village called Maplewood, there lived a young man named Jacob Miller. Maplewood was the kind of place where everyone knew one another, where the mornings smelled like fresh bread from Mrs. Thompson's bakery, and evenings echoed with children laughing near the old wooden barns. Life was simple, peaceful, and predictable. But Jacob's life was anything but peaceful. At 26, he felt like he had already ruined everything. He had quit school early, made reckless decisions, disappointed his parents, and lost the job he once loved at the local carpentry shop. The villagers whispered behind his back, calling him the boy who wasted his chance. Tired of the judgment, Jacob locked himself inside his small farmhouse most days, staring at the dusty tools he once used with pride. He believed he no longer deserved a good life. He believed his story was over. One chilly autumn morning, everything changed. An elderly man named Mr. Clark, who owned the village's oldest barn, knocked on Jacob's door. His barn roof had collapsed during the night's storm, and he needed help repairing it. Jacob hesitated. He hadn't worked in years, and fear gripped him. But something inside him whispered, "Try one more time." Jacob took a deep breath and agreed. When he reached the old barn, he saw the damage. Huge planks broken, beams cracked, leaves scattered everywhere. It looked impossible. Yet, with trembling hands, he picked up a hammer. The moment he struck the first nail, memories of his old skill returned. His hands remembered what his mind had forgotten. All day he worked tirelessly. Mr. Clark watched silently, occasionally offering a cup of warm cider and a kind smile. There was no judgment, only trust. By sunset, the barn stood tall again, stronger than before. Mr. Clark placed a hand on Jacob's shoulder and said, "Das Jahr, son, everyone falls, but not everyone gets back up. Today, you did." Word of Jacob's work spread quickly across Maplewood. Villagers who once doubted him now came seeking help. A fence to fix, a porch to rebuild, a door that needed repairing. And for the first time in years, Jacob felt useful again. Slowly, he rebuilt not just barns and houses, but his confidence, his relationships, and his future. He realized something powerful. The world always gives you a second chance. The moment you decide you deserve one. Months later, Jacob opened his own carpentry workshop. Above the entrance, he hung a wooden sign carved with his new motto: "Broken things can be fixed, including people." And with that, Jacob proved to himself and the whole village that a man's story isn't defined by his mistakes, but by the courage to rise after them. If this story touched your heart and gave you hope, then please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Echo Mind Worlds, where every story inspires you to rise again.